that innovation for us is Pablo. It's provided us with great transparency into the ad server. It allows us to focus on optimizing our overall pricing strategy. Through Pablo, we're able to see all of the bid values and bid densities on an impression level basis. And we can also provide those benefits back to our clients. So like a recent example is we had a private marketplace deal with a client. We noticed by looking in the Pablo tool that that deal was often losing. And we figured out from the tool that it was actually losing to the client on the open marketplace. So we were able to pass on that information to the client, and it allowed them to move their spend from the open market to that private marketplace deal that we had. It allowed them to transact on much more media than they previously would have purchased, and it really allowed us to pass on those benefits.
So we've built an infrastructure that allows to act as an owned and operated platform, despite a very complex ecosystem of 80 publishers in 55 countries with 86 brands. So the innovation lies with the fact that clients no longer have to liaise with 55 countries and 80 publishers. They can come to me and my team, and we can provide one single solution for very complex partnerships. This is done with a combination of localization of content so that we can respect the local nuances, but then centralized production and distribution to maximize ROI.
I think that it's the role of the AdOps team to know your product offering and its capabilities better than anyone. You need to be the expert advisor to internal and to external clients alike in order to be able to provide them with clear and concise recommendations that best match their objectives and their budget. No client is going to trust the opinion of a team who are not the expert in their area.
My top tip is very simple, is say yes and smile. And I know that this is a very simplistic way of putting it, but saying yes it means pushing the boundaries and delivering high quality and being very ambitious and challenging the status quo. And by smiling, I mean being a pleasure to work with, taking pride in what we do and building meaningful relationships. Ultimately, to me, operations is a modus operandi, and it's not just a set of platforms or processes or tools that make things happen. Obviously, better tools and platforms will certainly provide efficiencies and speed, but the secret ingredient remains attitude.
We mainly do this by reading the industry press. So we have this shared inbox through our team. We often share all the kind of key bits of information to our team. In addition to this, we receive updates from our tech team as well to show any kind of changes on our overall ad stack across our entire portfolio. And using the Pablo tool, we're actually able to measure and analyze any effects from any of these changes. So we can kind of spot any opportunities, adapt our setup to kind of suit the overall environment. One of the recent examples on that is with the third-party cookie kind of disappearing in Firefox. We were able to use the Pablo tool to see any changes in bid behavior and change our setup and pricing to allow us to basically optimize the deal.
From our point of view, there are three ways in which AdOps teams can keep up with the pace of change in technology and regulation. The first of these is to use your trade bodies. Bodies like the AOP and IAB are there to escalate issues for you, to share collective information, and to represent your point of view in the industry. Second way is to work with your tech partners. If you have a good relationship with them, one which is based on trust rather than confrontation, you can speak to them openly and make use of the huge amount of resources and access to information that they have. And then thirdly, accept that you can't know everything. Share responsibility within your team, make people subject matter experts, and spend time actually looking at weekly newsletters which are created for you, rather than trying to follow every source on Twitter.